Hi, I'm Pete McCall, and this is Fabio Comana, and we're exercise physiologists at the American Council on Exercise. And we want to talk to you today to let you know what ACE has been doing, and more importantly, how you can use this information to help your clients see success in the real world. Fabio, how have we seen personal training change over the last few years? What has happened in the industry?
Well, the biggest change has probably been the expansion of our scope of practice. We're seeing personal trainers do more now than what they've ever done before. But there are some growing concerns with that. We've also seen accompanying that has been kind of an expansion or an evolution in the equipment that we're seeing in the industry. Pieces of equipment are becoming very advanced, very complex. And what goes with that is the exercises that are being done too. The problem is that the client that we're serving is probably as conditioned or perhaps even more deconditioned than what they were previously. So we're seeing a bit of a rift develop between the equipment and the exercises we're doing and the actual conditioning status of the client. And that poses a problem because we're seeing too many clients get into exercises that are way too advanced, and as a result, they're having a bad experience.
Okay, so do you think that's actually having an impact on how clients stay with the program? Is that affecting whether or not a client follows the program if the exercises are too difficult?
Absolutely. What we're seeing, in fact, that 56.2% of people cite that the #1 reason they quit exercise is that the exercises or programs were too advanced for them. So we, as fitness professionals, need to be very attentive to that, to make sure that the exercises and programs that we use, first and foremost, are appropriate to their current conditioning level and skill level.
So when we take a new deconditioned client, we should really be thoughtful about how we design an exercise program. And where should we start with them?
Well, that's the interesting point too. What we're seeing in our industry is kind of, again, with the expansion of our services and with how deconditioned people are becoming, we're seeing now a need to actually take people into a program where we may need to evaluate first the need for them to regress. And the analogy I would give is look at a building, and when we're going to change anything in the building, we have to first examine the foundation of it. Well, that's the relationship of stability and mobility in our body. And so what we need to have is a comprehensive program when we're just looking at it from the science side of it that is very robust and comprehensive, where it looks at A to Z, where we're looking at the stability, mobility, or the foundational components of the body. So with a deconditioned client, we might need to look to regress first, to solidify that foundation, because that is what's going to be critical to their success when they move in towards load training for toning, shaping, firming, muscle building, and then when we get into performance training for anyone.
Okay, so that addresses the physiology, the adaptation. Now, how about the psychology? How about the behavioral aspect of it? What's been happening with that in our business?
That's probably the most important component right now. What we're seeing is, again, trainers have notoriously been very strong in the realm of the exercise science. However, what we're looking at is really, as a fitness professional, and I think we're now moving from this description of a trainer towards more of a coach, because what a coach does, it looks at the integrated approach to changing someone's behavior. And that's really what we're doing. We're helping people change behavior and empowering them to be successful. And with that said, we've got to really look at the emotional state and the cognitive state, which means the psychology and the emotions. And so your program really has to be experiential. Because if your program is experiential, what it's going to do, it's going to change the way people think and the way they feel. And ultimately, those are the drivers. So that really is the foundation to all your programming. You've got to look beyond the exercise science and really incorporate the entire multiple dimensions of wellness if you're really going to have an impact in helping people get fit, lose weight, and achieve their goals.
So if we consider with exercise programming, what I'm hearing you say is we consider that psychology and that motivation, we can design our exercise program around helping our clients do behavior change to make exercise a regular habit?
Absolutely. In fact, what we've been working on is an integrated fitness training model, which really goes beyond just the exercise science. It looks at those foundational components, looks at the stability, mobility. And even in our cardio programming, we've moved away from those antiquated formulas of max heart rate and heart rate reserve. We're getting into metabolic markers, because ultimately that's what determines the appropriateness of exercise. So we're looking at cutting-edge research, looking at the application of all of that into exercise programming. But more importantly, the integrated fitness training model is really a robust program that really starts with empowering people to create their own vision and giving them the initial experience so we facilitate that behavioral change. Influence positively the way people think and the way they feel, and that drives participation and ultimately drives adherence into success.
Awesome. So if you're interested in figuring out how we can use programming and the physiology of exercise program design and help our clients make substantial behavior changes that stay with them for life, come check us out at www.acefitness.org, or Fabio and I will be at the conferences this year. Please stop by and see us. Have a great day.
Thanks.